microphone is on. Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 25 on Moss Valley, and it's August 2. That does not look like it's grown, so that's good. Just a quick run around, check on the sheeps and the goats. The sheeps have 7,000 food. 17,000 water. Okay, so they got enough water. They don't have enough food. I think I have some water left in there. Yeah, 3,000 litres. Go back there. We have, we have to get below 15,000 before I can empty that. In here, oh, I was going to add a mod that increases production rate. This is running flat out and it's just not keeping up. I've already got one pallet. That one is 894, almost 2 pallets. That is a pallet of goat milk, which isn't full enough yet. Our new things now have a capacity of 132,000 between them all, and so yeah, they're full. And I am running way too fast, and I have a cultivator over here strapped to the back of our big tractor, which needs to be in 2 places at the same time. Okay. So we have to lime this field and lime this field. Field 50 is in need of cultivating. So, squeak. No, squeak. I did put the weight on the front of this. So I'm going to send this off. We'll cultivate the contract field and then cultivate our own field on the way back. We are in no big rush to get our fields cultivated. It's August. We can't start planting until September, October for winter crops. And if I want to plant spring crops, then hey, we're going to be sitting around for a long time waiting for that to happen. So no big hurry there. That's my field. You know what? Let's adjust the camera angle. I also need to lime our fields, but I'm probably going to need to take a tractor down to the store and buy some lime. So no big rush for that either. Well, kind of, sort of. Let's get this in. Oh, we actually got 2 gates here, so I might go in there. Oops. Oops. There we go. So the Easy Developer controls are now available for FarmSim 25, which is accessed there. Oh, and does a screenshot at the same time. I might need to change that, but I'm guessing we've got all the old things available. Show tip collisions. That's gonna be useful. Show placement, debug field stones, change the weather. Remove placeables, reload placeables, remove map placeables. There is probably somewhere around here the ability to delete. What did we used to use? We used to use a lot. Remove remove, oh, there you go, remove logs, remove stumps. So, yeah, we are allowed to do that. That's just one button. Okay. So, a little bit of a change. Not in any great worry about using that, but it does mean that when things go bad, I can fix them. Or at least attempt to fix them. In the meantime, you are going. I'm going to jump out and close that gate so it's not in the way. And off we go. So that's cultivating the field. I'm going to run down here, through there, and here we are at the farm. Squeak. And you're the tractor with the pallet. Where's the... Oh, the Arian's over there. Okay, that's fine. Actually... Oh, yeah, actually, no. That's fine. Don't need the Arian, don't need the haulage trailer. What we do need is... Oops. This thing on the flatbed. Ugh. Now, I did sell the truck last time, but I found the truck was really not very useful. So we've got herbicide, seed, more seed. Excuse me. It's been a week and I don't recall what we have. That is solid fertilizer. That's yeah, that's right. That's the solid fertilizer what I bought that I don't need. Because, well, then that said, we do have a solid fertilizer tank on our planter, so we could kind of use that. Let's push back a bit so I can get out of here. All right. So let's go take this down to the store. Oh, boo. That's why we don't come out of this gate too frequently. Or, alternatively, that's why we prefer dolly trailers on this farm, because they follow the tractor a little bit closer than... solid hitch, whatever they're called, trailers do. Anyway, let's get us down to the store. Now, like I said, we do have some liming to do. We've got the cultivating in our field to do. I don't actually have to worry, as I said, about that. I'm probably going to plant sorghum again. Just so that we get that achievement out of the way. We got the sheep achievement done. We've got the owning lots and lots of equipment done, or at least a modicum amount of equipment. There's still some other contracts for having lots of equipment and an obscene amount of equipment, but for now we've got an acceptable amount of equipment, so we will be happy with that. Obviously, doing a contract on sorghum is not going to make a blind bit difference to our achievement, because it has to be our sorghum, not somebody else's, that we're harvesting. That's fine. I do believe that that field on the left there is the one where we're going. So we do have 2 fields need lime. Obviously one I did lime a stretch on the farm end of the field and then discovered precision farming wasn't working, so we kind of dumped that. This is where we're going. Hodgmanson3, good morning, happy Saturday. So we'll take a look at that later. Obviously, because our lime spreader isn't very voluminous, it's gonna take a lot of refilling. So this tractor is gonna be stuck on this trailer for most of the day once we've got the lime. But first things first, want to be here. So progress on the model train layout. The track has been completely finished. That is, theoretically, we can run any train we want. Well, sorry. Let's lower that. Or at least, sorry, the straight pieces of track and by extension curved pieces of track are all done. What's not done is I got 2 switches which good grief, I've sort of labelled for future expansion. They're not actually required, but I figure if I fit them in now, that will actually be a good thing. And unfortunately, I bought track that is 1mm thick, and I model with 75mm track, so or 0.75mm track. So I've had to order some new switches, and they're currently stuck in Heathrow Airport. So I'm waiting for them to get shipped. But once they're shipped, I will be able to. This is a little bit tight, I do believe. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Really? Yeah, this is less than ideal. Kind of figured this probably would be. Hey. Let's put that down there. Now, you know what? Good job I came in my tractor, because I don't know that what we have here would work too well for this. So yes, so all of the main pieces of track are now done, laid. I've got power droppers on everything. I have been testing the droppers as I go. I've been testing the droppers as I've been wiring them up into what am I wiring them up into? Into terminal blocks, so I can attach them to the main bus, which is the big piece of wire that runs all the way around the layout. And I have found so far one set of droppers has a bad connection with the track, so it's not going to work. Which is, it's okay, I guess. And there are two bad track joints that don't conduct electricity, but that's not technically a problem because okay, turn that off. Yeah, because every piece of track has a power feed going up to the rails. It doesn't really matter if they're not conducting electricity from track to track. So I've got two bad joints, which may be one way rail, maybe both. But as I said, doesn't really matter because we'll be able to we'll have power everywhere just from the bus. We don't have to rely on track-to-track joints, and also we don't have to worry too much. I'm trying to figure out where that entrance was. If we do, I am confident I will get 100% power at least somewhere. Oh, that's interesting. I just missed that turn, but there's a gate there which I could have come through. Such is life. Fortunately, this is not my field, so I can drive in it. And I've got, I think, about 4 or 5 points on the track loaded or connected to the bus now. Yeah. And again, this is not the map you want to use big equipment on. Really? There we go. There it is. As I said, this is not my field, so I can do this. But what I was thinking, if there was the ability to come in from that field, I'd have come in from the top side, driven through this gate, and then in theory I could just position here so the harvester can just drive straight in and connect to the header. At least something like that. Okay. Meanwhile, let's get this thing over to the field. And another reason why I use the Crisoni headers in preference on these sorts of maps, because they're folding headers, even the Drapers, and that does give me the ability to just drive around with the header attached. I'm wondering, is that plot of ground for sale? Actually, let's go there. I am here. theory, grain mill, grape processing, oil, sawmill, spinnery. I do not own that land. Also, that's not going to fit there. And if we come here, yeah, you can't buy that piece of land. That's unfortunate. So I'm trying to look for a piece of land that I could actually put a big spinnery on, which would then allow me to go slightly more, what's the word for it? Slightly more heavy into wool production. But at the moment, there's nowhere to sell wool. There's nowhere to produce linen, fabric, or whatever they call it, which means I am kind of stuck. There is a mod that will double or triple your production rate, which I might download. The modder sort of basically suggested that it's the effect of you've got a production, but you're only running it 8 hours a day. So if you have an evening shift and a night shift, then you can do triple the production. So you're paying the salary of 3 times as many people. Good. Not that way. Get that out of the way, and we'll drive across the field again, because why not? Hold on. Where'd the road go? Oh, actually, this is a good place to park. So yeah, I might load that as a temporary usage mod. Unfold. And see where we get to. I think in the long term I am going to need a full size thing. What are we looking for? Spinnery. And if I do that, then like the header is actually wider than the track is wider than narrower. The header is narrower than the guidance track. But not to worry. That's but we don't have too many sheep at the moment. We've only got about 10 productive sheep, so we're not going to blow out. I know we are producing more wool than the production can cater for, but I could triple the production and we've got insufficient wool at that point. We'll be processing it faster than we're using it, in theory. I suppose the advantage with the header being wider than the guidance steering track here is I won't miss too much. Another gate there. So lots of entrances and exits from the field. How are we doing with production? We've got 29%. That's fine. So yeah, I don't think we didn't do much in the way of harvesting last week. We let the worker get on with it for the most part. But like I said, it's